video, I'm taking you on a deeper dive into the industry of network marketing. I'm interviewing Jerry Yerke, who has spent his career as an executive in this space, and he has also built a team in the field. So he brings a unique perspective to an industry that is misunderstood by most. And he talks a little bit about what his struggles have been, the success, what makes a company unique in this industry, and why he has found his home with ASEA. So I hope you enjoy this interview as much as I did. You will learn something along the way. This is an incredible opportunity to get into the mind of someone with incredible business acumen. Well, welcome everybody. I'm really excited for this conversation today with JY. So welcome. Thank you so much for joining me to hear.
My pleasure. Love being here. Honored. Thanks.
Well, it's been a blast getting to know you. It's just been a short while that you and I have been acquainted, but I want to take a moment to just give everybody a little bit of insight on your background because from the moment I met you, I knew there was something special about you. And to just give everyone a little bit of insight into Jerry's world and kind of his entrepreneurial endeavors, he started his career owning a Domino's franchise. And was really always interested in kind of expanding that. And then a friend of his showed him the network marketing model. And all of a sudden, his eyes lit up to, wait a second, there's something you can do that can allow for global distribution, that can pay you 24/7 and like be growing 24/7. And he grew a team there, and then life took him in the direction of actually joining on the corporate side and becoming an executive. And he's gotten to work with some incredible leaders over his time as an executive in the network marketing space. And he met his wife in that role. And also a field leader named Dan Doyle that ultimately gave him a phone call and told him to watch a convention, the webinar that we had online for ASEA, which seems to have changed a lot for you. So that's a little bit of Jerry's background, and I'm so excited to go a little bit deeper with him because he brings a wealth of knowledge to this industry. So anything that I missed that you want to kind of throw in there?
One little aspect, just to kind of give the scope, was very blessed through my Domino's Pizza career. I actually owned 7 stores. Wow. And was caught in that, you're either going to do 1 store or 100 stores. And when you have 7, you're kind of juggling a lot of different things. But it taught me about distribution. And that's why I was piqued and attractive to this industry globally. So we can just add that in there.
Yeah, beautiful. No, you have an incredible business mind. I think that's what I sensed about you when I met you. And talk to us a little bit, because I think a lot of people don't understand the network marketing space. And I think their experience and interaction with network marketing has been a friend or a family member, talking about a product or selling a product or saying, hey, come join me in this. But there's a corporate side and a field side to this industry. Can you speak a little bit about, that side of things?
I sure can. And I'll try and make it as brief as possible. Ask any questions, interrupt at any time.
Okay.
But here's my first 10 years in the industry was on the distributor side, whether it's called an associate or whatever the company calls their key leaders in the field. So I did that for 10 years, which gave me, number one, a great business aspect of owning a small to medium business with Domino's. And then being a distributor and before cell phones, before a back office, before technology. Yeah, this guy's
How did you get anything done?
this guy's really old. But that we can talk about that for hours. And then while I was living in the Philippines, for a company that is still in business, probably still in the top 100 on a global basis, still does well. And they asked me to come over and run the Southeast Asia portion of their company. And so myself and another gentleman that we actually, it was a time, Danielle, I was single at the time. I was in between, relationships. Kids were older, out of high school, in college. So I just packed up the bags, moved to Manila, got to spend a lot of time, about 5 years full time, just under 5 years. But that took me to other countries, Indonesia, Malaysia, Hong Kong, China, many of those different areas, including my favorite, Japan. With that being said, to answer your question, over the last 2+ decades of being on the corporate side, there is a balance in every single company within the industry. There's good companies. There's some companies that probably haven't met the good mark yet.
Hmm.
There are some outstanding companies, and there's great companies. In all of that, they all have the same challenges, the exact same challenges. Some of them, the challenges are bigger because of the size of the company. But here's my own personal opinion. There has to be a balance between corporate and what they're doing, what their mission, what their goal is truly, what the soul of the company is, as you
Mhm.
and I now know, and the field. And what I truly felt that there was always kind of this,
Oh,
the
interesting.
company and the field, and what was the executive saying about some of the field, and what were some of the field leaders not maybe demonstrating integrity when it came to the company. And I never felt this,
Uh-huh.
this. In a lot of cases, it was this
Yeah.
until my eyes were opened about 16 to 18 months ago, when we found our home.
Hmm. It's interesting. You bring such a perspective that I don't have, right? I fell into ASEA because of my own journey with my health. And it's amazing. I've come to appreciate it through people like yourself and others that have been around this industry for a long time. When we talk about guys, the corporate versus field side, like corporate takes care of product creation, distribution, payment, shipping, customer service, like all of these hats that you don't want to have to wear as a business owner because it's a lot of logistics. What they don't do is sell the product, right? That's why the field force is there through this word of mouth force. And it's interesting to note, and I've heard like horror stories of how, a corporate entity can make a decision that just impacts these people in the field that have spent their time and their energy and their relationships, which is the currency of everything, to build this. And all of a sudden now goalposts change, like they switch things. And it can create a lot of, bad. So, so what was it about ASEA when it came across your path 16, 18 months ago? What was it that caught your attention?
Thanks for asking that question. The story, the across the path, goes back 9 years.
Hmm.
Uh, Denise and I were a team when I was an executive for a company that was actually based in Austria. My office, per se, was in Austria. I met 4, 5 individuals that, even though I was on the executive side and they were on the distributor side, we became fast friends.
Nice.
Some a little bit more than others, but there were 4 to 5. And I'll just name them real quick. Is that okay?
Totally fine. Yeah.
Dan Doyle, Mel Sword, Bart Cotter, Ed Weens, and John Bash.
All good human beings that I know too. Yep.
Incredible
Quality.
individuals, quality.
Mhm.
I'm also a firm believer that throughout our careers, whatever it might be, that every door closed and the window opened, or the door being opened, it's a stepping stone to our next journey, our venture, maybe where we need to be.
Yeah.
And approximately 9 years ago now, but it was 7 years ago when we made our decision. Those gentlemen that I mentioned, we were all a part of this company that Denise and I were on the executive side. We left the company for many different reasons, but it was time to move on. They did about the same time. They felt that their path needed to go to another journey, so to speak.
Mhm.
They went to this incredible company called ASEA. Denise and I went to the next company, the next executive role. And so before I go any further, no regrets, because time, it has to be the perfect time for everybody. But there are every single day, I think, oh my goodness, what if we would have jumped with them and entered into the path of ASEA at that time? But it wasn't the right time for us.
Right.
So I knew about ASEA. when you're an executive in this industry, even though, you know, how many billions of people on planet Earth, it really is the relationships. Yeah. So we've known the owners. We knew a lot of the top income producers, the
Mm,
top leadership in the field for other companies. So the relationships were always there.
yeah.
It just so happened that 18 months ago, um, when Dan had only reached out to me 3 times in 7 years, 3 times, once in person, 2 phone calls, one as a Zoom, and invited me to be on the Vegas convention virtually.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to answer your question, and it goes to this. It took literally, Denise and I are sitting right next to each other, not at this desk, but with the big screen in front of me. And 20 minutes into Tyler Norton, the founder of the company, along with his dad, 20 minutes, I looked at Denise and I said, I think we want to be distributors here. This is our home. And
Wow.
that was it. That
Wow.
was it. So, what is the answer? Leadership
Yeah.
starts at the top.
Yeah. He's the reason that got me too. The
Brilliant.
product changed my life, but then I heard Tyler speak at a conference and I went, wow, this is someone that's going to better my life and make me a better person. And I want to be part of that. So why did you choose though to come in the field and not like try to get a job at the corporate office?
Another great question. Um, I still have dear friends that are executive first companies.
Mhm.
I have a dear friend that actually owns a very successful company. I'm proud to say that we're number 43 on a global basis. A friend of mine owns a company in the top 20.
Oh, nice.
Was actually when I was a distributor, you know, many years ago. He was part of my team, and I learned more from him than obviously he's learned from me. So it was that relationship. But here's the answer. Um, on the executive side, because of decisions like you just mentioned at the beginning, companies unfortunately will make decisions that they feel truly in their hearts it's the best decision, but it's probably on the side of the company and it comes to profits and economics over what I say and you do, principle and ethos of a company. Yeah, purpose. And in the executive roles, if you really research it, people don't stick for
Mm.
whatever reason. Maybe they're asking you to leave. Maybe you need to leave. Maybe it's a promotion, or could be a company that's launching and you're recruited for that. You know, they've heard about you, they know you. Maybe it's companies downsizing. So
Mm.
there's multiple reasons. And having the ability to have some friends that are in the executive search within the industry of direct sales globally, and there's only a handful, they will tell you that it is short lived and more executives are going into the field
Interesting.
and building their own future. It's happening.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Well, there's more potential. I see it. I'm like, there's a limit on the corporate side.
The
Like,
limit.
on this side, like it's limitless and it's fun. I mean, it's not easy, it's not for everyone, but talk to me because you've gotten into the business now, you're moving forward. You've hit the platinum rank inside of ASEA. And I know growth is just going to continue for you. So, talk to me about a successful action that you've taken. What is something you've done that has led to the progress that you've seen up to this point in your business?
Well, my parents taught me at an early age the importance of relationships,
Mm.
whether that was within our church family, our immediate relation family, you know, cousins, aunts, uncles. And I've tried to keep that as one of my top priorities throughout all of business, all of our journey, throughout life. I wish I could say it's been perfect. I have regrets. There's some bridges that were burnt, and I feel terrible about it. And has always tried to keep it going and maybe mend some of those. Why am I even going there? Is because leaving the executive side and coming over to the associate side and really truly building something which um, you and I both can experience. And the beauty of ASEA, and it's limitless, is relationships. So I had to have a total mindset shift, going from laser beam focused on the company, working with thousands and thousands of associates. You're basically working for them and helping them, supporting them on different aspects. But all of a sudden now it's you.
Yeah.
And Danielle, I do have to stop for a second. I remember my second fly in to Pleasant Grove to be there. And I remember vividly, it was a big one. If you remember that you were standing in the front of the room talking to Tyler Norton, and immediately, wow, that's Danielle Matthews. I've watched her videos. I got to go over there and introduce myself. I will never forget that. So,
I
major
remember
respect.
it too, because I went, well, wait, who's this guy? Why is he impressed by me? He seems like someone I need to know.
I don't know. It's the other way. You inspire all of us. Um, so my point was I had to change my mindset and really acknowledge, really appreciate, but I had to build and reconnect on those relationships.
Yeah.
So when I first, and Denise and I first jumped in, the word was, oh, you guys are going to kill it. And you're going to be diamond in, weeks, months, some days. But here's the true fact. It's for
Reality.
everybody. Reality. The reality is, yes, great relationships, been extremely blessed. But we live in a world where people are doing so many different things. They're
Mhm.
into other journeys, other projects. It's not like, oh, hey, Danielle, here's what we're doing. Come join us. And they drop everything and join and be a part of your team. And when I say join, I'm talking about engaging, really, seeing the passion and the purpose. So for me, it was a whole new world of reconnecting. It's been beautiful. Reconnecting, developing relationships. Some of them were pretty quick. Some of them we're still keeping in contact because they know our heart and what the ethos of ASEA is because we've shared it with them. So there will be a time, but it has to be the right time for everybody. I believe in timing.
Yeah, it has to be. Exactly. And share with us, like, what's been your biggest struggle? Because I think a lot of times people share their successes, their wins, their all of this. And it's like, no, the reality is like there's struggle to build something. But I think, you know, that's what makes it so beautiful is the hard stuff. It makes you appreciate what you're getting. It makes you really like question and get clear on why you're putting your talent, your effort, your energy towards something. So, what's been the biggest struggle for you?
The biggest personal struggle, and I didn't even have to think about this for a second, is for me, I'm a very impatient person.
Oh yeah.
I'm the fast food guy for everything.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is, sports, family, business, straight across the board. I have a small tolerance for patience. And
Hmm.
so I'm learning that. And to add to all this journey, this new one for us, has taught me more. And I can say this in about five concrete, let's just say, boxes of our life, categories
Mhm.
that I have learned more about the industry, about relationships, about people, about business, about myself, about Denise as a partnership, more in 16 to 18 months than the last 3 decades. It's a
Huh.
fact.
Yeah.
And so, if anything else, does it go as fast as I want? No, very little does. And through 3 decades of working with the industry and relationships, even the top producers in every company that I've been associated with, it's not enough. Maybe their mindset wasn't, what we call foundational. And, those things are wonderful, but keep it in check.
Yeah.
It was never enough. It was never fast enough. And now that it's a part of our life, every day I just need to take a step back, understand and appreciate the journey. But I did come up, Danielle, with a couple of words we're at the 10th of January. Here's my 10 word, or not my 10 words, but my words for 2024. Can I
Okay.
share them with you?
Yeah, please.
Okay. They're not in order except the first one. The first most important one for Denise and I for our business and journey this year is gratitude.
Mm.
No matter fast, slow, gratitude. Number two is inspire. And it was because of a book that Tyler Norton shared with me to really understand what inspire is, and you inspire.
Mm.
And leads me to my third one, which is another word. It's called etymology, the study of words. And that is extraordinary. To make a commitment every single day to not only inspire, but to be extraordinary at whatever we do, whether it's making your bed, whether it's cooking, whether it's watching my Wolverines, I'm going to be an extraordinary fan, whatever. The next one is who, and it's because of a book that some of us on our team have just wrapped our arms around. It's called Who, Not How.
Mm.
And I'm here to tell you that Danielle Matthews is a who for thousands and thousands of people around the world. And we're blessed to have who's around us as well. So who, the second from last is invest. And
Mm.
I'm not talking about crypto or real estate. I'm talking about investing in yourself.
Right
Need
here.
to every day invest in myself. And then the last one, which obviously is being a part of ASEA, is the word potential.
Mm.
And we truly have the opportunity to power potential.
Oh, we really do. Those are fabulous words. Yeah. It's going to be a good year for you. If you keep that as, your line and what you're staying towards. It's the investment in yourself in this business, like everything you're sharing with the struggles you've gone through and just the impatience that you've had. I think that's everyone. Like we all have to handle that. And that's why they say like this is a personal development, business wrapped around a compensation plan. And you have to look yourself in the mirror sometimes and go, man, it's not that the issue's not out there, the issue's in here. Am I willing to handle it and deal with it and grow? But the beautiful thing is the person you're becoming right now, like it will shift and change. It probably already has your dynamic with Denise, with your children, with just everyone in your world. I think that the network marketing industry, when you're in the field side, it just helps you become the best person. And it does, it powers your potential, which is why I love that's ASEA's, slogan, that we power potential. So if you were to explain the ASEA opportunity to someone, Jerry, like how do you explain it? When you pick up the phone and call someone or reaching out, like what do you say?
Well, there's two ways to look at it. The people that know me and have relationships with me over the years, and um, I don't know, so many things are going through my head right now, but I'll share one with you. It's called The Band of Brothers, an HBO film. I
Mhm.
was attracted to it immediately. And they say that if a man, and I'm sure it's the same for a woman in relationships, for all of us, that if you have truly five, maybe it's four, but if you have five people in your life that you truly can count on, those people that will actually go to the barbed wire and
Mhm.
grab you and save your life, whether they get hit from behind or not, um, those are your band of brothers. Now, why is that important for what we're even discussing? Is because every single day, the gratitude reminds me of having that relationship, being able to count on those people. So there's no question about it that when it comes to it, um, it boils down to relationships.
Mhm.
And so the people that know me, they know the industry I'm in,
Right.
the corporate background. So it's very easy to transition and reconnect. We're at the perfect time, Danielle. January 10th, we're coming off of the holidays.
Yeah.
People are going to be interested in what are you doing? What's new?
Mhm.
How are you? We do that every single time. What are you doing? What's up? So that is very easy and it leads into a great conversation. You have been an inspiration to me because I have now, you know, dove in the pool, not stepped my toe in the water
Yep.
with social media. Still not all aspects, but my go-to right now is LinkedIn. I hired a LinkedIn coach. We're friends. I can count on him. I believe in the strategy that he put together for me. I understand that it's a journey, it takes time. So, building a relationship, Danielle, personally, I spend 2 hours, 5 days a week with what we call connections. I do a Zoom 30 minutes long with people that I've connected with them, sent them a small, we call it a virtual coffee invitation. We get online, we talk, we share. If nothing else, we become power partners,
Mhm.
meaning we're together, we're professionals, we're collaborating. So it's two different presentations. One of them is we're friends. You can be much more casual. Some of them even say, Jerry, just get to the point. What is it? What
Bottom
you
line,
want me to
Jerry. Yeah.
bottom line? No romance time. Let's go.
Hmm.
And then for the other connections, here's my number one point. It's 2 ears, one mouth. And for somebody that I do like to talk, um, I can share things, whether it's sports, grandkids, kids, Denise, whatever the case might be. But it has taught me in the most remarkable way that we need to listen. People want to share in today's world, struggles, economy, health. So for that, it's a different presentation. Let me listen to what their concerns are, and then we know exactly how to bring ASEA into the equation.
Exactly. I'm the same. When someone says, well, how do you bring it up? I don't know. It depends on the person. I talk with them, I connect with them, and I see, like, is there a need here? Like, is there a gap of what they're looking to do with their health or with their finances, or they're just wanting community or connection or whatever? And then, you bring it up. So
Yeah.
as we kind of close things out, what bit of advice would you give to somebody that's brand new, they're thinking about starting, or they're just getting started? What would you tell them?
Just getting started in the industry or getting started with ASEA?
ASEA. Let's talk ASEA.
Fantastic. Um, be a student before you can be the teacher. Uh, I can only tell you from our opinion, not everybody can do it time wise. We live in a busy world, kids, family, everything is going around us. Kids' dance lessons, sports. There's so much activity with the internet, AI. There's so much at our fingertips and so many distractions. So, what Denise and I did, and because she's like you, and the two of you were amazing with Aaron with our app
It
development,
was so
and
fun
you have
working with her.
she will tell you she's a researcher. So I don't need Google for anything. I just asked Denise. And it boils down to what we decided to do, and mostly I'll put this on her because of the teamwork, is we dove in with as much information as we could. We knew the industry, at least we knew it from both the distributor side and the corporate side. But getting back into the field side, we had to refocus, kind of push play, push start back, whatever the word I'm trying to think of. Um, but get as much information as we could. And then number two, there's actually three. Number two, don't be the message. Don't even try to be. Just be the messenger, the connector.
Mhm.
We have people like you. There's 100 people. Last night we had the privilege of having the Business Builder of the Year, Donalyn Dominguez, to help share with some key members. You have all the support. You have everybody. Find a mentor. There are so many mentors in this company. I've never seen it in 3 decades. I
Oh, wow.
truly have never seen it. So that would be number two. And then number three is um, is just share. Just share. It's not sales. Every time I talk to somebody, oh, I'm not in sales. I don't want to be that person. I've heard these things don't work. You and I both know we're not selling anything. We're just sharing.
Mhm.
Respect their decisions. I'm a dripper, which means if you're anywhere within my network and we develop a relationship, I'm going to drip and we're going to talk about it from time to time. And there's times we're going to talk absolutely nothing about it and talk about family and purpose and passion and things that are important to you. So
Beautiful.
that would be my advice, those three things.
Fabulous advice. Fabulous advice. And I thank you for taking some time out to come on here to share your thoughts, your wisdom. You bring just a vast knowledge, I think, to this space. And I'm excited that you've decided to partner with ASEA. You're part of this incredible community and that our lives have intersected because of that. And thank you, everybody, for watching. If you've made it this far in the interview, I would say there is a reason. You're probably curious, and please reach out. If you connect with Jerry and you want to work with him, reach out to Jerry. If you want to work with me in any capacity, just reach out. All the information will be in the description. We both appreciate you. We want ASEA to get in the hands of more and more people and to find more incredible human beings to be part of this community. So thank you so much for joining me and have a beautiful day.
Blessing. Thank you.